A few months ago, I was running my own car dealership. It was everything I dreamed of. The cars, the freedom, the buzz of running my own place. I built it from the ground up, turning my passion into a full-time business. But the car trade isn't what it looks from the outside. It's ruthless. And what started as a dream turned into one of the toughest lessons I've learned so far. This is how I got into the dealership, what I learned along the way, and why, eventually, I had to walk away. It all started when I was looking for a small premises, somewhere I could work on cars, maybe sell a few on the side. I came across this unit, decent size, had a ramp. The landlord also seemed genuine. And when I first went there, I got chatting to the landlord. He wanted to rent the premises out. After a conversation, he told me that basically he was doing the buying and selling cars with someone else, and it was run really badly. So I saw an opportunity to maybe partner up with this guy and just go for it. And to be honest, he just wanted someone reliable to rent it out. He was a bit sceptical, but I said, let's have a go at it. We go in, 2 separate companies. So after a bit of back and forth, it was agreed. We would start buying and selling cars as 2 separate companies. He would fund the 70% of the stock. I would fund 30% of the stock. I would do everything in between, day-to-day runnings, picking cars up, cleaning them, advertising them, and then we'd sell them and we'd split the profit 50-50. And like I said, honestly, it was the perfect setup. There was a ramp at the back, we could do all the servicing. He also had a recovery truck that we could use to go and pick up the stock. And the business it was run under was already FCA approved, so we could offer finance. Everything was there, ready to go. It was a no-brainer to me. Everything's there. There was cars on the forecourt, ready to sell. I could get in straight away and start earning money. For me, it was a dream start. I'd gone from selling cars at home to a fully fledged car dealership, and I couldn't wait to prove what I could do. So I joined back in May, and we hit the ground running. In our first month alone, we'd sold 10 cars. Couldn't believe it. And when I went there, the sort of cars that was being sold were slightly older, a little bit worse for wear. Over time, we started to source better stock with lower miles, less headache overall. And to be honest, customers really noticed the difference. Forecourt had life again. Cars were going out, new ones were coming in. People were leaving happy, and the reviews reflected that. You know, for me, it was a massive achievement. From flipping cars as a side hustle to having an actual forecourt, it was all just surreal. Every part of the process I loved it. Every single day, I loved what I was doing. And I knew I would. From finding stock, sourcing stock, getting them in, getting them all prepped up and ready to sell. There was a real buzz handing the keys over after you sold a car to a customer. Now, because we had our own ramp and equipment, that meant that we could do a lot in-house. We could service cars, check them over, and when it came to aftercare, if there was a problem, we could bring it back, put it on the ramp, and get it sorted. It ran like clockwork. Honestly, it was a dream come true, and I couldn't have been more happy. But then September hit. The first couple months were incredible, but the trade can change overnight. Until suddenly, it went quiet. Too quiet. We were still buying stock, the phones just weren't ringing. Weeks went without serious interest and the yard felt empty. And that's when the pressure really starts to kick in, doesn't it? You've still got bills, advertising, rent, VAT, and everything else that goes along with it. And on top of that, you've got your family to support. And I was only taking half the profit, which was fine when things were going well. But when sales dropped, that half, it felt like nothing. The thing is, the overheads don't care how the market's doing because they still need paying. You know, we tried other things. We were solely relying on Auto Trader. So we'd signed up with the likes of Motors and Car Guru to try different areas of getting the vehicles out there, different platforms to advertise on. But the interest was very limited. And I suppose that's the hardest part about the car trade, is you can't control when it slows down and when it picks up. You can work harder, post more ads, take more pictures, but if buyers aren't buying, they're just not buying. Now around this time, I'd picked up some other work just to keep some money coming in. Because when you're responsible for bills, wages, everything else in between, you can't afford to sit still. And with all that in mind, I had a decision to make. By the end of September, I'd made one of the hardest decisions I've had to make, to step away from the dealership. It wasn't because I didn't love it, I absolutely did, but I'd grown the dealership to a point where I felt proud of what I'd achieved. The systems were in place, the standards were there, and the reputation was growing. But it was time for me to move on. I'd set it up for success. Now it was time for me to build something of my own. When you're splitting profits, paying big overheads, and putting your all into it, you start to think, could I do this on my own? Smaller scale, smarter, and keep 100% of the return. So that's what I decided to do. Now I stepped away on really good terms with the landlord. The door's always open for me to go back one day if the timing's right. But for now, it just made sense to start again with less pressure, fewer bills, and more freedom. Now, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that the car trade teaches you the hard way. You can't rush a sale, you certainly can't force momentum, and you can't spend what you haven't got, no matter how much you believe the car will sell quickly. I've learned the importance of cash flow, keeping reserves, not overstocking, and importantly, knowing when to slow down. But more than that, I learned that passion is the most important part of any business. When you start losing passion because of pressure, that's when you know something has to change. Looking back, I'm proud of what I did. It was a big decision to step away. Turned a closed down site into a fully functioning dealership. Moved good cars, gave customers a great experience. It wasn't a failure, it was a chapter, a stepping stone, if you like. And now I'm ready to start again. I've set up in really good stead. There's already someone else in there, carrying on from where I left off. Now, the future. Right now, the plan is simple. Get back to basics. Start small, buy and sell cars on my own terms, without the big overheads or the pressure. Now, another big factor is I want to be more relatable, show the real side of the trade, not just inherit a dealership and fall on my feet. I want to show the wins, the mistakes, and the lessons learned. All of it, because I know a lot of people that are watching this probably in a similar position or thinking about starting out. And if there's one bit of advice I can give, it's this. It's not about how big you start, it's about how long you last. Sometimes walking away isn't giving up. It's just getting ready for your next chapter. If you made it this far, thank you for sticking around and watching the video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. In the next video, we buy our first car. And of course, it doesn't come without its problems. And as well, got a little project lined up. More on that next time. Thank you very much.